What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to Week 5 of the NCPL. This is our battle up against Noah, coach of the Kamloops Karrablasts. Now, I did mention the team builder. If you haven't seen the team builder, please do check that out. There's some interesting context to this battle, because Noah had gone through a past couple weeks that were really rough, and it kind of affected his attitude towards this battle, and I'll probably get into that towards the end, but I'm not 100% satisfied with it, because I don't feel like... Well, actually, I can go to my philosophy of battling and such later, but... Regardless, let's see what he decided to bring. Okay, so we got sand, and we got some hardcore offense. So, first thing I'm noticing is there is no Heliolisk. Heliolisk was a huge threat, but clearly his Gastrodon is the, what's it called? The Gastrodon is the Suicune counter. Suicune actually does really well against this team so far. Yeah, Chatot is pretty annoying, to be honest. But again, I think our... What's it called? Our Gligar could be really helpful against that. I don't feel super bad. It's very clear, though, that this is hyper offense. He doesn't have sand. Or at least visible sand. He could be running Sandstorm Excadrill or Sandstorm Steelix. Or Steelix if he wanted to. But Suicune does really well once Gastrodon is gone. That's, like, pretty straightforward. As far as our lead goes, I think Bronzong is a fine lead. We can get up our rocks if he leads with Scolipede. We just click Gyro Ball over and over. At least that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's, I think we should do that. Bronzong's got a good matchup against almost everything. Yeah, let's lead Bronzong. And so he leads off with Chatot. Oh, I thought he might lead off with Chatot. This thing runs Heat Wave, Boom Burst, potentially Chatter, potentially U-Turn as well. My switch into this is without a doubt my Gligar. It's specially defensive for a reason. And this is his only special attacking Mon. Potentially Minior as well, actually. His Minior could be a special attacking variant as well. But yeah, no, there's the Heat Wave, which is no surprise. And what we can do now is, what does he switch in on this? He probably switches in... What does he switch in? Let's see, let's take a second here and see what kind of a Chatot he is. So, Gligar, now let's take a look at Chatot. It could be running Scarf. How much did Heat Wave do? Oh no, that's Specs. It did 24%. It did 24%. Oh, so maybe he's not max... Oh, no, maybe he's max speed. He's probably Timid Specs, if I had to guess. So he's probably going to switch out here. The question is, what does he switch out into? He could switch out into a multitude of things. I think I'm going to taunt here. Anticipating potential Minior or a Scolipede. Yeah, because I think Minior takes this on really nicely, and yeah, I'm gonna taunt. Oh, is he just Heat Waves again? I don't really like that play. We'll just Roost then. He's probably gonna try and go for a burn. Interesting. I'm surprised he didn't switch out at all, but I guess we can just Toxic this then. We are playing around with, you know, burns and such, but I'm surprised he didn't switch out. Yeah, Heat Wave has a 10% chance to burn. He can be going for it if he wants to. I do want to Roost up to get healthy, though. We could have switched into Suicune, potentially. But we don't have Hazards up, and I don't necessarily want to reveal Roar just yet. I really anticipate the Minior switch in or the Gastrodon switch in, because Gligar can't Toxic Minior before it shields down. It can't hit it with Earthquake. It's not really doing a lot. Okay, so now this thing is here. What we can do is... What do we do to this exactly? I believe we taunt this more so than anything. Taunt will go through Substitute. So he can't Baton Pass any speed or anything like that, which he's probably trying to do. So what we can do now is we can see what he wants to do. He's probably bulky. I wonder if our Earthquake breaks subs. I probably should have known this beforehand. Let's see here. Our Earthquake might, depending on his investment, if he is very bulky, which he very well could be, our Earthquake might not be doing enough to break through subs. It could be 100% roll based. He might have to, he's probably just got to attack us right now. I can just go into Garbodor here and start setting up some spikes. Or I can go into Bronzong here. What attack does he go for? Poison Jab, potentially? I don't know what attack he goes for here. What does he go for here? He can't Swords Dance either. I could go into Suicune and Roar. That's always a possibility. I could go into Scizor and start, you know, setting up with SDs, because he's not going to be damaging us at all. I think that might be the better play here. Let's see. Because, yeah, our Bullet Punch will be doing similar amounts of damage. I can SD up, and I mean, it's not like anything he does can actually hit me very hard. I don't think, what's it called? This gets a, what's it called? A Fire-type move. I don't think it gets, like, Fire Fang or anything like that. Let's see here. Hidden Power Fire, I mean, obviously, Sunny Day, yeah. So I don't think this has anything that can actually hit us with, so I'm going to go into Scizor here. As he goes for Rock Tomb. Interesting. That will help. That would actually help my what's it called? My my Bronzong. So what we can do here is he still is taunted, so he can't Baton Pass this turn. We can ensure if we SD here that he doesn't. Actually, I'm gonna BP here. Hopefully break this sub, and then we can U-turn on the next turn. So that breaks a sub, which is really nice. The taunt's probably gonna end this turn, which means he can probably Baton Pass. But, yeah, we can U-turn here, anticipating a potential Baton Pass into maybe Excadrill or Steelix. We can also just U-turn here, anticipating the Baton Pass, knowing that our Bullet Punch breaks through. I think that's the play. As he just straight up switches. Okay, so we get some nice momentum there. We get a crit, which kind of sucks for him, but it is what it is. We can go into our Gligar here and beat it 1v1 with Taunt. We can also, what's it called? He could be Curse Steelix potentially. I don't know exactly what kind of Steelix he is. We can go into Suicune here. We could just go into Suicune here. But he's still got Gastrodon. I don't have Hazards up yet, which is kind of annoying. I think we can just pretty safely go into Bronzong. Bronzong, or Mega Steelix does get access to Fire Fang, which is a potential threat. To our Bronzong. So let's see here. I mean, it's not like this thing is that strong. Even a Fire Fang isn't going to be doing much to us, and we can get up our Stealth Rock, which is really nice. We could go into Gligar potentially. I want to get up my Stealth Rock though. Not 100% sure. Yeah, let's go into Bronzong and get over Stealth Rock. He might try and do the same. So here comes the Mega Evolution potentially. We can just get up our rocks nice and clean as he gets up his Stealth Rock. Okay, not surprising. Now the question is, what else does he have? He might just be running Dragon Tail, so what I'm actually going to do is just Earthquake here. Because I don't really want to switch. He goes straight into this. Interesting. Very interesting. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and set up spikes or something? I'm just going to Gyro Ball. You can't set up substitutes on me, buddy. You're way faster than me. And you're just going to get stronger. I think if you're going to Baton Pass, now is the time. Let's see here. Does our Earthquake break the subs? Potentially? Actually, didn't our Earthquake just do that? You substitute. Oh no, our Earthquake did 17%. Our Earthquake did 17%, so that should tell us a bit about his set. If our Earthquake is doing 17%, oh man, he's got to be like max defense. Yeah, he's got to have a ton of defense investment. So that is good to know. What could he pass into potentially? I think we're just going to Gyro Ball here again as he substitutes again, which is really cool because now he is no longer in range to substitute, so he is definitely going to Baton Pass at this point. And what does he want to Baton Pass into? Potentially Steelix, potentially Excadrill, I would anticipate. So we're going to Earthquake here. Oh, as he protects. Interesting. Gets another speed boost. He really wants to boost up that Steelix, apparently. I don't know what else would benefit from so much speed. He could substitute again, just to make sure. I'm going to Gyro Ball. Whatever comes in is going to take a decent amount of damage because Gyro Ball, for those of you that don't know, Gyro Ball uses the relative speeds of the user and the target. So the slower the user is relative to the target, the more damage it does. So Minior is going to be O-Code. I would imagine Chatot is going to die. The only thing that's not going to be taking a lot of damage is maybe Excadrill or Steelix. And he has to wager whether or not I'm going to go for Earthquake. He could go into Gastrodon, but I'm not too worried about that. Even then, like, either Excadrill or, what's it called, or Steelix, my Bronzong still doesn't take a lot from those. It is Mold Breaker, so that's not too surprising. Look at that, Gyro Ball did 33% to an Excadrill. So he could pretty safely go for an Earthquake here. I don't know what item he is. He's probably Life Orb. Either way, we take a Life Orb Earthquake from an Excadrill. Let's see, he could be Life Orb here. And let's see here, Adamant, Life Orb. We'll make his ability Mold Breaker. Actually, maybe we don't take an Adamant Life Orb Earthquake. Maybe we don't take Adamant Life Orb. What's it called? He outspeeds everything on my team. There's no doubt about that. Does he just straight up Earthquake here? Do we take in... How much do we do with Earthquake? We do plenty. If he's Life Orb, he's got to be Adamant to kill us. And we KO him with Earthquake if he's Life Orb. Do we go straight into our Scizor? No, because we're too low to do that. He could SD here. I don't want to risk that, so I'm going to Earthquake. I know he can hit me with Earthquake. He might try to overpredict here. Holy cow, he is Adamant and Life Orb, as I just calced. So I'm glad that worked. I'm glad that worked. You can look at the roll. 56.3% chance to OHKO. Wow. That did a lot of damage though. That's for sure. That's for sure. He brought an Adamant Life Orb Excadrill. Minimum roll? Please. Max attack Adamant Life Orb. Unless you have some other ridiculous thing. Isn't going to be doing that much to me. So, you can think what you want for the time being, Noah. But, yeah, no, that was like a 50-50. And either way, I went into Suicune afterwards, and you were out. But, yeah, I was willing to take that on. So that's why I stayed in. That's why I didn't go to Gligar. So now what does he go into? Scolipede is dead. Almost dead, actually. It's 27.2%. Rocks are up to stay, that's for sure, because Excadrill only has removal. So with Drill gone, that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Mega Scizor. And given, yeah, I mean, Bronzong doesn't have a lot of whole use now. He can't substitute up, which is pretty neat. He might just protect at some point, but with his Scolipede, that is. But yeah, Bronzong did its job. It did its job. It's, you know, it can tank hits really well from +2, you know, Shell Smash Minior. But there are a couple other things on my team that can too. Potentially Scizor. What's he going to? Chatot? Okay. Is he going to go for a U-turn potentially? The question is, do I want to save this? I definitely don't need to, but it might be useful to have as a, like, sack fodder. He can pretty safely go for Boom Burst here. Or Heat Wave, really, either one. Do I save this? Gligar, what do you take from Chatot? It is Specs. It's Timid Specs, I believe. That is doing a lot, no matter what. So this thing pretty much gets a kill anytime it's in, really. But I do have something to outspeed it in my Thundurus, which is a good safety measure. At this point, I'm pretty sure I let my Bronzong die. That does make me weaker to Minior, but at this point I pretty much sacked my Bronzong anyways, so I'm going to Gyro Ball. Yeah, as he safely just Boom Bursts. Now the question is, do I go into my Thundurus T, or does my Scizor kill with Mach Punch? It probably, or not Mach Punch, Bullet Punch. Oh, it's got a chance to, but it's not likely, and I can just go into my Thundurus T. Thundurus T is doing so much damage to this thing. With Sludge Wave, even. With Sludge Wave, even. I am reading this, right? It's going to do 74% minimum. He could be running some HP, but he'd have to be running a lot of HP to not die to this. And the thing is, if he goes into Gastrodon, do I need that damage anyways? Do I need to risk going for Sludge Wave? Grass Knot's going to be doing a lot after Rocks. Actually, Sludge Wave actually is probably the play here, because with Grass, if he anticipates the electric type attack, I mean, he can just go hard into Steelix either way. He can just go hard into Steelix if he wants to. I can Superpower here. I can probably Superpower. Let's see here. Actually, no, I can't Superpower. I cannot Superpower. That has a chance to not kill. Let's see here. I can Sludge Wave. He probably just goes hard into Steelix. On the Steelix, what do I go into? I probably go into Suicune. I'm just going to Thunderbolt here now to be safe. To be absolutely safe. Leftovers, he knows we're not Scarf. Oh, by the way, shout out to this name, Tsunderosu. It's technically, I think, like Tsundorosu. It's like Thundurus or Boltorosu. I think is what it is in what's it called, Japanese. But this is a play off of Tsundere and Thundurus. Shout out to Sam for that. So this Gastrodon, how much does Gastrodon's Ice Beam do to us? Because we live in Ice Beam and we 2-hit KO this with Grass Knot. And this is my like premier way of hitting it. I'm gonna Grass Knot. Because that does a clean 81%. Ice Beam, no freeze. Nice. A clean no freeze. So now what do we do? Grass Knot? Grass Knot will do a lot to anything. I'm just gonna click Grass Knot again. So he goes into Minior, that'll still do a lot. Oh, he might. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So I think what Noah was going for there was hoping for a higher roll on Grass Knot. Because if I got a higher roll on Grass Knot, he would go into Shields Down form. And once in Shields Down form, he would outspeed me. But right now, he does not. So what we can do is pretty safely Thunderbolt. Unless he's Scarf. But if he's Scarf, we set up with Scizor. And pretty much just win. So I'm just going to Thunderbolt. And that thing dies. The only thing that's going to outspeed me at this point and live, potentially, is Scolipede. Yeah. Scolipede's really the only answer here. So just attack me with that. I don't know if it even has... What attacking move does it have? It's max defense and max HP pretty much, so there's no way it has a ton of attack investment, which means it probably can't even KO me if he does bring it in. So yeah, I mean, I think we've got a pretty good stance at this point. So I do think we just click Thunderbolt as he protects to make sure he outspeeds, but that gives us another chance at leftovers too, which increases our likelihood of living the next hit, which is pretty cool. He can speed boost to Steelix right now if he wants to. I'll just Thunderbolt again, as he probably tries to get a Poison Jab off if he's got that attack. Oh wait, no, he's got Rock Tomb. He's got Rock Tomb. I know his full moveset. How much does Rock Tomb do? Oh, it doesn't actually do any more than Poison Jab does. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, and that's with max attack. And there's no way he's like max attack, so we definitely live this because that leftovers turn. Speed drops, and yeah. He's got to go into Steelix at this point. Steelix is the only thing that's going to live a hit. Oh man, Garbodor didn't even get to do anything. Yeah, I don't know if he's just gonna throw in the towel and go into Gastrodon here, or if he's gonna actually... I don't know what his... I still don't know what set his Mega Steelix is. It's probably a support set of some sort. It seemed like a lot of his offense was banking on that speed pass into Excadrill. Maybe he was SD Drill as well, and that was his way of breaking through something like Suicune. But I don't know how that was planning on breaking through even like Tangrowth with like X-Scissor. Even +2 X-Scissor probably wouldn't break through that. So let's see here. If he goes into Steelix, what do I do? If he goes into Steelix, I go into Gligar, I think. Or do I just go into... I think I just go into Mega Scizor. Am I negative defense natures? I am, actually. Yep, I anticipated potentially taking a Hyper Voice from... what's it called? From Heliolisk. With this nature, basically, that means you got another low roll. Dude, with the amount of defense you had to been having, like... I don't know, man. This is neutral attack. You'd had to have a good amount of attack. I mean, I have a little bit of HP investment, too. 8 attack, Scolipede, Rock Tomb, 0 HP, 0 defense. Guaranteed 3 at KO after leftovers. Not that low. Dude, I was at 50%. So, that is what it is. Let's see here. So what do I do here? Do I save this, or do I just Grass Knot to get damage off? I think... I think I Grass Knot for damage. There's no reason to keep this thing around. Because he goes for Heavy Slam, just to be expected. How much does Gligar's Earthquake do to Gastrodon? I don't know exactly what set he is, but it'll do enough after Rock, so I just go into Gligar here. And, yeah, I don't know if he's cursed or not. Let's see here. How much are we taking from Heavy Slam anyways? We're taking a decent amount, actually. But I want to make sure he doesn't curse, so I'm going to taunt. Yeah, so the Roar. Okay, so now we can Earthquake pretty safely. Heavy Slam, we live that comfortably. Earthquake, this one should do it. He doesn't seem to be fully defense invested, given that the Earthquake did 28%. And then after Rocks, the EQ will knock out this Gastrodon, probably. Worst case scenario, I know it's got Ice Beam, so GG Noah. Yeah, I feel bad. I mean, like, I still don't feel like I played Noah at his best, because he committed to not spending as much time in the team building process. Obviously, he wasn't trying to lose, and we've talked about it, and he's just not spending as much time on team building and in the battles. Instead, he's still, you know, with the team that he does bring, he's going to try his best. But yeah, that sort of a mentality puts more pressure on me to win, and, you know, puts more weight on my losses, but also takes away from my wins. So I can't even feel as great about this win, because I still don't feel like I beat Noah at his best, which is kind of a shame. But a win is a win. And with that, we are 4-1. We are tied for first place in the league now. Technically, if you go head-to-head in tiebreakers, we are second place to Manu, and our kill-death ratio probably puts us slightly below Tyron. But yeah, we're 4-1. No one's undefeated. So there we go. We play Tyron next week, which will be a huge battle, assuming Manu wins. That'll be a big battle for the league, and I will see you guys then. But until then, this is Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.